Today is the National Day Against Low Pay, and across the country, thousands protested the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. WSBT's Annie Chang was at a local rally in South Bend. And Annie, what are protesters trying to accomplish?
Well, Rick, fast food workers and other minimum wage employees are on strike nationwide today, demanding a pay raise. And here in South Bend, a small group is showing support for the Fair Minimum Wage Act. It's a bill that would raise the federal minimum wage to $10.10 an hour by 2016. And people who work off of tips would get a raise too. But some say it's not as great as it sounds.
I started working at Steak and Shake right out of high school.
21-year-old Kelly Durenberger is now a waitress at a different Mishawaka restaurant. She makes
$2.13 an hour.
plus tips. But those who were part of today's rally in downtown South Bend don't think that's enough.
What we're saying is that we're supporting the Harkin bill, $10.10 an hour.
The group is voicing their support for the Fair Minimum Wage Act, also known as the Harkin-Miller bill. Tony Flora is the leader of the local higher wages movement.
We think it's long overdue, the raise in the federal minimum wage. As everyone knows, President Obama spoke the other day about the crisis of income inequality in America.
He says too many people in St. Joseph County are earning less than they need to live.
St. Joseph County is about 40,000 to 50,000 people who are below the poverty. And that's in a county of, what, 260,000 people?
And according to data from the Chamber of Commerce, he's right. The poverty rate in St. Joseph County was about 20% in 2011. But Kelly, who's been a waitress for 5 years, is not convinced that a higher minimum wage would make things better. In fact, she's completely against it.
It sounds awesome to be able to make more money an hour, but looking at the repercussions of everything, it's not that great. It's scary.
She says restaurants and other stores would have to increase prices to keep up with the wage hike. And in the end, that would mean a smaller paycheck.
The business is what gives me my money to pay my bills.
And right now, the minimum wage for tipped workers is $2.13 an hour. If the bill passes, that would go up to $3 an hour in the first year, with a raise every year after that until they make 70% of what other minimum wage workers do. And, you know, that's on top of any tips that they would get.
Yeah. So what's the next step in this for the Fair Minimum Wage Act?
Well, the Senate is set to vote on the bill by the end of the year, but some states like Illinois have already increased their state minimum wage to $8.25 an hour. But Indiana keeps the federal minimum wage $7.25, Michigan $7.40
For non-tipped workers.
That's right.
Certainly a big debate going on with this. Annie, thanks a lot.